Hey guys, welcome to Face to Face Gaming Podcast number 3. I'm Thompson.
I'm Brennan.
And I'm Alex.
So, what you been playing?
Are we going straight into that?
Sure, why not?
Shit, what the fuck haven't I been? I've actually, no, this week I've been playing a lot of Rogue Legacy. A lot of Rogue Legacy and Payday 2, predominantly. Rogue Legacy review Payday because it's awesome.
I've been playing the crap out of Payday.
Even as a beta, it's a really fun time.
It's incredibly solid. I mean, I didn't expect it to be... Well, I saw the first Payday, and I always thought, you know, this would be a cool game to get into. I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but it looked kind of neat.
I played the first Payday, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 hours of it, and it was fun, but there was a lot of problems with it. It was nearly impossible to stealth levels. The combat was... It didn't... The guns themselves didn't feel great to shoot.
Yeah.
It had a number of problems, almost all of which have been fixed in this.
I was going to say, because everything that you just said doesn't exist.
Yeah, no.
Like, that game is...
I mean, visually, auditorially, it's
everything.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I mean, it controls well. I mean, you move around really nicely. Everything feels solid. The guns feel solid. Just going from place to place feels solid. And that music, I'm really digging the music. That's probably one of my favorite things.
It's got some good audio cues in there.
See, with the music, it starts out, you know, like just a nice little somber, kind of just quiet, you know.
Sneaking music.
Casing,
for lack of a better term. And then, you know, you put on the masks and you engage, but, you know, no alarms have been tripped or anything like that. It's like, okay, it's a little bit higher, but it's still going, right? And then with the next one, you know, like, okay, somebody called the cops. You know, okay, so...
Oh, shit.
Shit's going down.
So,
before shit is started.
Shit is started, you know, there's stuff going on, the police are, you know, a couple squad cars pull up, you know, those have obviously been taken out because, you know, you've got machine guns.
Yeah, the poor pistol-wielding cops don't stand much of a chance against guys in heavy body armor with, like, assault rifles.
Yeah, exactly. And then the assault wave happens. And that's when, you know, the big drum and bass kicks, and then it's just like, it is on.
Every cop in the city shows up.
Basically.
Like, with all sorts of body armor. You've got guys with shields, you've got guys
Cops,
with
feds, SWAT.
Yeah, and you got taser guys.
Sweat, yeah.
Sweaty cops. But, I mean, like, they got pretty much everything you can count on. Like I said, the riot shield guys, you got a guy with a taser, which that guy sucks. I hate that guy.
You just got guys in what are basically bomb disposal vests.
Yeah, actually.
Just like giant dozers.
I was playing the meth lab level.
Rats.
Yeah. And
you make meth in this game, too.
No, I think I saw you playing that level.
Yeah.
It's a good level. It was a lot of fun. I'll get to that. But
remember, kids, don't do meth.
Don't do meth. Meth is really bad. But anyway, so yeah, I was outside because it's a 2-story house, and you're doing the meth stuff.
Yeah, meth lab's up in the top floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're doing your stuff, and you know the assault waves are happening, and big ass cops are coming, and like shit's going down. Well, all of a sudden, you know, I'm on the balcony, and I see this guy in full bomb disposal body armor climbing the side of the house. I'm like, how is that possible?
Dedication.
I was like, I mean...
Maybe he smoked some meth.
He is a crazy cop that smokes some meth. But, oh man, but yeah, the way that game plays out is so awesome. Because with every time that you play it, there's something just a little different. Just a little different. It's like, say for example, you're robbing a bank. Now, the bank is... You know, it's a bank. It's the same place. But shut up. But instead of the safe being over here, the safe is over here.
So it's a little bit procedurally generated, or very minorly.
No, the levels themselves are overall the same, but
just the objective.
No, not even necessarily the objective. It's just the layout of certain specific details. Like perhaps the vault is, instead of in the front of the bank by the tellers, it's in the back by the manager's office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the camera layout's different.
Yeah. Or there's a guard patrolling the back alley.
Yeah. The number of guards can be different.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all sorts of different ways that it could be.
Oh, they'd have to keep it somewhat fresh, otherwise it'd just be, you know, running in,
that was one of the
stuff.
Actually, one of the severe problems with the first one is that the missions...
Too much of a grind?
Not necessarily... Well, actually, there was a fair bit of grinding in it, but it just... the levels themselves never varied very much between one playthrough to the next. It was always, you knew
You had a rough idea.
to 95% exactly how it was going to play out.
Yeah. And I mean, you have no idea how it's going to happen. Like, we were doing the jewelry store one.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much smash and grab. It is, like, probably the easiest mission you can get. And, anyway, blah, 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 words.
Sorry, I should have handed that to you afterwards.
Yeah, that might have been a good idea. Now we have to restart his systems.
Okay,
and,
yeah. Anyway, yeah, you have to reboot me. So anyway, like I said, smash and grab. You know, you run into a jewelry store, smash up the place, take all the jewels, and get out.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much it. But anyways,
Well, that's the quickest way to do it. Basically, the way that mission plays out is there's X number. It's a jewelry store, and there's X number of display cases in the front.
Okay.
Some of which just have loose jewelry that you can just pocket immediately, and the other ones you have to bag. Depending on your difficulty level, you can just run in, smash 3 or 4 of them, grab the bags, and book it, and be out inside like 35 seconds.
easily.
Yeah.
None of which has been the case for me. But anyway,
You get better.
yeah. Well, I'm also playing on like hard. We played very hard for a while. We were trying to do it silent. That was hard.
You need a silencer, and you need a team that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, we were silenced.
Some
but
sort of voice chat.
Yeah, that helps.
Is there
And there
built-in
is
voice chat?
in-game VoIP, and
Yeah.
it's actually pretty good.
I haven't used it, but
It's worth it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the point that I'm getting at is one of these missions, one of the ones we were playing very hard, and we were trying to rob the place while being exceptionally quiet and just kind of in and out. We screwed up, and
Yeah, that'll happen.
that happens quite frequently. And you know, that's one of the best parts is how you overcome that screw up. But more importantly, we were gonna run out the back and go down this back alley because there's a main street and the jewelry store, a big alley around it.
Yeah,
and
a
the van,
U-shaped alley.
Yeah, and the van happened to be down the street just over here. So,
Which is helpful for the people at home.
yes. Anyway, it's just down the street. Like, here's the jewelry store. It's like
Yeah,
right
so
out the
people
door.
will actually be listening to this, not watching this.
Whatever. There's a camera. Anyway, doesn't matter. Check us out on YouTube. So anyway, so we're like, okay, we're screwed. We're running out the back. So like, what are we gonna do? So we go running down this alley, which is normally no problem whatsoever. It's completely blocked off. We're like, okay, shit. We gotta turn around, and we go out the front, and we're totally blasted. Like it was intense.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it was so good.
The jewelry store is one of the quicker missions. It can get real dirty real fast if you screw up, but I mean that's one of the. It's the easier mission, but that doesn't actually mean anything when the cops are barreling in through the front door.
Oh yeah. Well,
guys coming in the back windows and
exactly. And I mean, yeah, exactly. Coming down into the back alley via like rope, they're coming.
yeah, the zip line in.
Yeah, like it's extremely awesome. But actually, some of the further missions, they can go up to 7 days.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's essentially like 7 missions, right?
Yeah, in a row, and then there's just a big payoff at the end.
Like a big
in the
payoff.
beta, there's 3 days is the longest.
Yeah, I've done that one.
Yeah, that
and I
was
was just about to talk about it because I didn't know this occurred at all or like this existed, but we did the first job. We got all the coke because we were getting coke. Don't do coke. And so we got that, and we're like, okay, we finished the mission. We're gonna go to the next day. Nope. We our van got shot up, and like this as the story goes, I'm like, oh shit. So we actually have to grab everything, get to a safe place, live, and then okay, the new van's here. You've got 2 minutes. Get here now. Like, 'cause you need to move. Like, fuck. So
And that's really fun when you've got 4 guys and 6 bags of coke.
Yeah.
So what you basically have to just slingshot bags in front of you
yes,
every time.
exactly. That's pretty much what happened. It's like grab it, throw it, grab it, throw it, grab it, throw it.
That's one of the hilarious things about this game is that it's a 4-man crew, and you can have upwards of like 8 or 12 bags in some of these. So you're just constantly just hucking bags farther down the street as other guys lay down covering fire.
Realism.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of cases when people are covering fire and one guy is going back and forth.
Yeah.
But
1 or 2 guys, yeah.
yeah, but it depends on what you're carrying. Like everything has a different weight. So if you're just carrying jewelry, it's not too bad. It's just a bag. It's got jewelry. Just go. if you're carrying, say, blocks of gold,
You move a bit slower.
yeah. And I mean, like, I got caught up with that on one of the missions. It was, I think it was the bank. Yeah, it was the bank again. And we opened up the safety deposit box and like, okay, we got a big ass bag of gold, and that was it. Like, we had to clear house. So everybody else grabbed, held down covering fire and made a path to the van, while I'm like, like slowly walking down the street with this giant sack of gold. I'm just like, please make sure I don't die.
And the bags are actually they handle them in such a way that it just speaks to the level of like care they're giving to it, because the minute you pick that bag up, your camera actually just shifts slightly because you're off kilter.
You're on the side.
You're off balance.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's great. Like,
Yeah.
just everything about that game makes me so happy.
I mean, it's a reference that has been made hundreds of times as people have talked about this, but you are basically reliving the bank heist from Heat. Yeah,
I've never watched that movie. So,
Do I get to play Val Kilmer? Because that'd be badass.
I'll be De Niro, sure.
Cool.
I'll be an extra.
Well, you've got a 50% chance of living with the other guys that are left in the crew.
Yeah, that's not bad. 50%. That's
Assuming you're not the driver, because he gets killed too.
Yeah. Spoilers. My favorite part about talking about this so far has been, we told everybody not to do coke or meth, but robbing a jewelry store is perfectly okay.
Yeah, dude, Robin Hood and all that. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's being done by Overkill Studios and
505.
505, and it's out on the 13th, which is
Really soon.
August 13th?
which is it'd be a couple days after this is.
You've only been playing the beta for a little while, haven't you?
Yeah, you got pre-access.
Yeah,
a little while ago.
I plunked down the money. It's normally about $30, $29.99, but I think I plunked down like the $49.99 or whatever it is to get the beta access, another beta key, and some.
Okay.
in-game
Well, I guess
shit.
it's a pretty simple game so the beta doesn't have to be nearly as long as some, right?
No, I mean, it's all iterations of the same principles. It's just those principles happen to be really goddamn awesome.
Oh, just because it's a little bit less complex does not take away from the entertainment value in any way, shape, or form.
No, of course not. And I mean, that gameplay is so good.
No, I'm going to be sinking a lot of hours into that thing, which is a bit of a problem when you've got to do a review a week.
Yeah. Speaking of which, holy crap, there's a lot of games coming up.
Ain't that the truth? Well, actually,
we'll get to that in a minute.
I know we've been playing Payday. I've been playing Rogue Legacy because I finally got a review out for that this week. That'll have been out for
a few days now.
Yeah, a few days once this goes
Couple
live.
days, whatever.
Yeah, I beat that game in New Game Plus again.
Oh, did you?
Really?
Yeah, I beat it again. It's actually much faster the second time because despite it, the scaling isn't perfectly linear, so you do go faster the second time.
Okay.
And there's New Game Plus.
Really?
Yeah, and it's insane. Like the first 3 screens are the most deadly things you've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Well, basically, you know how if you spent any time in the deeps, especially on...
You didn't.
The deeps?
Oh, it was the one you got to the boss battle that you just...
Yeah, I got into New Game Plus, and then I just said, yeah. And I wouldn't start playing other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm gonna have to do that again. But
you were saying,
yeah. Well, there's the little floaty dudes that either shoot fireballs or like ice.
yeah,
Like the ones that pause and then yeah.
Yeah. Well, on like New Game Plus mode, it's a thicker, basically stream of whatever particular projectiles they fire. So if it's the ice, then there's just more of the shards coming out.
Oh, okay.
If it's the fire, there's just more balls coming out.
Yeah.
In this, the fireballs are 5 times the size.
Oh, I think I've encountered them before just running through normal.
Yeah,
like
no.
You find one once in a while.
They and every other enemy type are basically the hardest particular form I've ever seen of them.
not including the huge ones, of course.
No, not the bosses.
Yeah, no, the semi bosses, whatever.
Oh yeah, well,
mini bosses.
Even those guys. Well, shit. The skeleton dudes, they just throw a bone.
Yeah.
Or in some of the harder ones, they throw a couple bones.
Yeah.
They will throw like. Basically, it is the arrow scene from 300. It blots the bloody sky. If you watch the hit
Arrows,
warnings coming down, it's just the entire top of the screen is full of them. It's insane. God. I've not lasted longer than like 2 or 3 screens worth of.
I might have to beat New Game Plus just to get there.
It's worth it, man. It's a constantly evolving challenge. I'm leveled like 230 3 or something at this point.
Holy crap.
Is there a new game plus plus plus?
I don't know.
Knows about?
I don't know. I might have to find out if I ever get some free time.
I mean, I still haven't beaten the boss. I will one day.
You gotta cheese it. I mean, it's the saddest thing in the world, but that game is basically built to be exploited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could. Just over time. I don't know. Well,
I got
once
lucky.
again,
I just poked him to death.
yeah.
I cheesed him both times. Basically, the way I've beaten him both of my playthroughs is just I have a dude with usually a spell slinger or maybe an archmage with the daggers.
Yeah.
And I just
Poke him to death.
I hop to one side of the screen, keep him on the other side, and just fling daggers at him. I don't even see him.
It's just.
I just watch his health bar go down by small increments.
Nice. Well, I can't remember. I was talking to one of my buddies today, and I can't remember which one exactly said. I think it was my buddy Jeff. Anyway, he told me that the Fosrodu, whatever,
the barbarian.
Fusto Ra, or Fruit Road.
the one that is ripping off Skyrim.
Yes.
It's backwards. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that action can apparently knock away the bosses.
It negates projectiles.
Yeah, but like say for example, he was fighting the fire one.
Yeah, true.
And it totally wipes out all the fire.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well,
That's how I beat him.
really?
Barbarian. Every time you get close, I'd go, rah, hit him like 3 times, run away. Wait for him to get close, rah, hit him a couple times, run away.
Huh.
Yeah, no, that game is basically built around how you particularly want to break it.
Oh, okay.
It does say that certain character types are better against certain bosses.
Yeah, and
so.
it's entirely true.
And I mean, usually I'm like, whenever I was playing the bosses and crushing, it was usually the Archmage. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that fireball circle shield just destroys it.
It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a good game. It's a great
game. It's
If nothing else, you should take the hour and a half or whatever it'll take you to beat that last guy, just to say you could, or just to say you did.
Oh, of course. Well,
Achievements, man.
I'm sure I'm like 11 or 12 hours into that game.
Really, more than that.
And I mean, but
I'm about 25.
Yeah, but the point is, it's good. It's really
no,
good.
it's really
and
good.
It's worth the time. It's just
Definitely. Celador Games. I think about $15 on Steam right now.
yeah, worth it.
Sounds right.
Worth it at full price. Worth it at more.
Yeah. And what have you been playing?
Well,
Sorry, did we cover what you've been playing? You've been playing Payday. Anything else?
Payday, Rogue Legacy, Loadout. Played a little bit more Loadout. I suck at it really bad.
All right. Well,
Really bad.
we'll have to get back to you on
Yeah.
that when you
Get
are
better.
bad.
Yeah. Whatever.
I died a lot. Yeah, that sounds like a good review.
Well, it's a lot of fun. Like with that game in particular, I found that when things are going bad, particularly if you kind of suck, it sucks. But then it's like golf. You'll get that one good level and you'll just crush it and you'll be like, you know what? I'm feeling great right now. I could totally play another hour or two of this. And like the first 45 minutes will be, just getting destroyed by people who are really good at video games. Like
Or at least a video game.
well, that particular video game. And I mean, that's the thing. It's not the game's fault. It's totally your fault, or my fault in this case. But anyway, yeah, it'll be like you just get destroyed by a few, for a few matches, and then it will go just incredibly your way, and then it'll be all good again. So, and there's lots of cool little customization stuff you can do, and making the guns and all that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. It's interesting, but
The whole golf analogy, it's a bad thing when you've spent too much time inside when you start referring to golf holes as levels. Just saying, bud. You might want to work on that.
I hate golf. I like golf games. I just hate golf.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
And what have you been playing, Brennan?
Well, I've been playing Dota. A lot of Dota.
My bad.
Huh?
My bad.
I actually got the beta key from Brian, one of our buddies. I played it a little bit during beta, but for the most part I play League. That's the only MOBA that I ever really played, mostly because...
Well, you've been playing a bit of Smite.
I do play Smite, but for the most part, it's been League.
Yeah, definitely.
Mostly because of the amount of people I know in my group of friends that play
Yeah,
League.
you got a crew.
I have a crew. Dota's been good. It just came out recently.
Well, it's been in beta for like
it's been
a
in
year
beta
and
for
a
a while,
half.
but official public release was what, like
2 weeks ago?
a couple
About
weeks
that?
ago.
only?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's only been recently, technically out.
Oh, okay.
Although it's been,
Yeah, for
hugely
everybody.
popular on Steam forever.
Yeah. Well, a buddy of mine had 5 keys, and he's trying to give me one. And I was like, I don't want to play the game.
You know what? I was a little bit iffy because I played Dota when it was in Warcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was great.
It was great.
Defense of the Ancients.
I
Yes.
sucked at it. I sucked at it really bad.
And I thought when League came out, I also played Heroes of New Earth.
Yeah.
Heroes of New Earth, not only did I get my ass kicked constantly,
It wasn't any fun.
It wasn't. No, I was called I thought there were some toxic people in like Call of Duty.
Really.
Oh, it was
Ugh.
horrible, man.
Gross.
Like you died once, and they're like instantaneously.
Wow.
I don't know how bad the feedback on that was.
It wasn't
I would
bad.
do it
You
again.
were kind enough to actually kind of look away.
Anyway, so I was a little bit because there's different mechanics involved in Dota than there is in League.
Right.
It's kind of like Portuguese Brazilian or Brazilian Portuguese and Portuguese Portuguese. They're kind of the same.
Quebecois French versus...
Parisien French.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. or
There's
Parisian
differences.
French.
You'll get by with some, but not the whole way.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I have been enjoying it thoroughly, and unlike Heroes of New Earth, I'm actually good at it. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, is the community been okay?
Oh, it's
I mean,
it's great.
Yeah?
Everybody's great. The only thing I found that's a little bit hard to get by is they set up the matchmaking queues for US West, US East.
Sure.
And then there's like, I don't know, South America. There's a Russian. There's a Chinese. There's a Thai or like a Southeast Asian, et cetera, et cetera. Every once in a while, if it can't find a match, let's say you prefer US West, US
Sure.
East, you can also state what language you speak. So they'll be speaking English, but some of them will be from, they'll be yelling at you in Spanish for some reason. And you don't know why.
I actually heard a story. Actually, Gabe Newell said this in one of his interviews where he watched some younger players, some kids basically. They basically picked up some Russian phrases just so they could communicate with some of the players.
The amount, I can't remember exactly what he said, but there is a huge following in the Ukraine. Like it's massive. Like on League when they do the big grand thing, there's like, okay, there's a Russian team and there's a European team and there's a Asian team or Chinese team, a Southeast Asian team, American team. There is a team just from the Ukraine. They're all Ukrainian. They're all there.
Wow.
And it's yeah.
No, it's big. It's big all over the world.
Oh, it's getting bigger. I think like League's been kind of holding their own at the top for a while.
Well, League is the MOBA equivalent of WoW.
Yeah, but I think Dota's going to catch up rather quick. Dota's got the added advantage of having Valve behind them.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
no shame to Riot because
Riot's been doing fantastic.
Yeah,
they've been
but-
doing fantastic. They've been making a lot of money.
And most importantly, they have Teemo.
They have Teemo.
Fuck Timo.
But I mean, Valve is something else. They're
Valve.
They're a almost scary monolith in the PC gaming world.
With a
Yeah.
big smiley face on it.
Yeah, it's
Thankfully.
benevolent dictatorship, and
Yeah.
I for one welcome them.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
But even like the way League makes all their cash is mostly skins and buying champions.
Yeah, and it's Riot points. I mean,
Yeah, Riot points. They do the same thing in Dota as they do in Team Fortress.
yeah, no,
There's prizes.
yeah. When you buy that game, you get everything.
Oh, not only do you get all the after each game though, you can get a chest. What's in the chest? It'll cost you $2.49 to find out.
And that's the hat model.
Yeah, it is.
No,
and it works.
I'm not gonna. Okay, it's basically almost a Skinner model in that it's just poking the pleasure center.
Yeah.
But I will at least say that they do not hold any gameplay back. You have full access to all the champions.
Yeah.
All you can get.
Oh, really?
All
Yeah.
you can,
all the champions, all the modes, everything.
all you pay.
Yeah.
The only thing you can buy with real world money is cosmetic items.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, your skins or you can buy like XP boosts.
Yeah,
and-
or different weapons, just cosmetically different weapons.
Okay.
You can
Announcer packs, which are
Yeah,
goddamn
the
awesome.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
Have you played Bastion, right?
Yes.
Okay,
can get the Bastion
you
guy
can
as an
get the
announcer.
Bastion guy as an announcer.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
and
I
the other-
have to now.
And UI skins, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who cares? You can have the. You can
Bastion guy.
what's the name? Something Cunningham or doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but the point is, I want that.
Yeah.
So bad.
Well,
He
one
is
of the
an
nice-
incredible narrator.
One of the nice things is that, let's say you join a game. Let's say the three of us join a game.
Unlikely, but go ahead.
Yeah.
That'll happen one of these days. At least I hope it will.
Yes. Let's say I have the Bastion announcer, you guys don't. I can share that content,
Yeah.
so you can click it for that game because I have it. You can use it, which is great.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing I really like is that in League, you buy a skin.
Right.
You are now, I don't know, Golden Alistair, because running around as a big yellow bull is hilarious.
It was fun.
Cottontail Timo.
Cutest bunny on the field.
Anyway.
If you can buy sets so that it fully skins your character. Now, there isn't access to everybody yet because it hasn't really gone full bore into that.
Right.
But let's say you buy, like Dragonite, he's one of the guys you do in the tutorial.
Right.
He has a slot for bracers, for his helm, for his weapon, for everything. So you can buy the set, but then you can piece the sets together
Cool.
to make your guy look like your guy.
So while you're buying a custom skin, you're more buying custom gear to put on.
Yes, exactly. So you can piecemeal it all together.
That's extremely cool.
And in those chests, you get gear. Also,
Yeah.
when you level up, you get gear.
Yeah.
Which is good too.
Yeah, whether or not you play the champion, there's a big trade community and
Oh
such.
yeah. I mean, I believe it's Valve Workshop enabled. There's
Yeah,
all
Valve Workshop is
kinds
enabled.
of shit in there.
So there's guys out there that are making like evolving sets of armor and stuff.
There are guys out there who literally make their living
Yeah.
through the Valve Workshop.
Wow. That's
No, it's
really cool.
It is cool.
I mean, I think there was at least one guy last year who broke 7 figures.
Oh, wow.
I think certainly 6 figures. I know 6 figures has happened, but possibly
Jesus
7.
Christ.
So if I make a skin on the Valve Workshop, do I get like a profit sharing? Is that how it works? Or
Something?
Valve does take a cut, but I don't think it's a huge cut. You get most of
Really?
it. They actually did just recently implement a system in which you could. I believe you as the buyer got to choose what portion of the money went to whom. So you could actually give X amount to the developer, X amount to like the creator of the tool set that he used to create that particular skin or whatever.
wow.
Oh, cool.
Shit like that. And I believe that all came out of Valve's cut of the profit too. So it doesn't actually take anything away from the creator.
see that is the
man.
one thing about Valve is that Valve already has piss tons of money.
Yeah. I
Yes,
mean,
they do.
Steam.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a well-known fact they take 30% off
Yeah.
every game sale.
Yeah.
to be fair, everybody else does too.
Yeah.
That is simply the
Oh, yeah.
industry
No, of
standard
course.
outside of, I think, like good old games.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean,
Like Microsoft, the Sony store, all that shit's 30%.
yeah. But I mean, take that in consideration that they have almost every game out there,
It's a great many of them.
minus EA and some.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, the point
And even
is,
that's only been recently.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you consider the library size that they have. I mean,
Well, yeah.
They don't
And
need
the
any
amount
more
of
money.
people that are on Steam.
I would just a peek, just the number of the actual numbers.
yeah, not
How much do they
even.
make in a year off Steam?
I just out of the summer sale.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh yeah.
just the actual amount of digits in the amount of profit they made.
Yeah, that I was on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the actual number themselves because that's okay. But yeah, just the number of digits in that number. How big is this thing?
But anyway, if that's the case, I want to look into the workshop because that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, if you're going back to Skyrim anytime soon, they have basically rebuilt that game.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh yeah.
There's guys that I haven't played it, but I looked into it. This kid, how old was he?
Oh, the one who did it as a job application, basically.
Yeah, he's like 18 or 19 or something like that.
and he spent like 2,000 hours in like a year or something.
His dad paid his room and board. He made a separate quest area in Skyrim that's a third the size of Skyrim.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And that was just as an attempt to get a job at Bethesda.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, it's ridiculous.
That's
No,
incredible.
I think there's voice acting. There's just
Really.
It might be
Straight-
for voice acting,
But
but it's
whatever.
voice acting nonetheless.
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't. I
scripted
should say
events,
I haven't played
quest
it.
lines, all kinds of new shit. I haven't played it either, but the simple fact that it exists is goddamn amazing.
That's impressive.
And it's free.
Yeah.
So how does he make money off that?
He doesn't.
he used it to, like I said, his dad paid his room and board.
No,
So
he
It's
used.
portfolio.
Yeah, it's a portfolio piece to try to get a job at Bethesda. That's exactly why he did it, and I think that's bloody amazing.
No kidding.
I don't have the details of it off the top of my head, but if you look for it on Steam, I'm sure you can find it.
I'm trying to remember the name.
I believe it got it's fairly well reviewed too.
Yeah. Wow.
I give it even if it was crap, I'd be like, wow, he made something a third the size of something that took me 100 plus hours to fully explore.
Yeah.
If you fully explored it, even.
So that being said, what he made is essentially longer than several first-person shooters combined.
Yeah. There's probably 25 hours of gameplay in it. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. It really is. But
Even if it is just running into a cave to kill things.
I don't know. It
Or
depends.
sneaking into a cave to kill things.
That's actually a great many. If you go into Skyrim, there's actually a few. Crate and Crowbar podcast is run by a bunch of PC Gamer UK editors, and one of them just recently went back to Skyrim and basically rebuilt, or he started fresh. He nuked his old characters, installed just an incredible play set of mods that basically change the entire experience. And if I ever get like a spare weekend or something, I probably want to do what he's doing, because the way he made it sound seemed really interesting. Just the level of.
See, I did read a thing that a guy did. I think it was PC Gamer, where they did essentially the most ridiculous mods you could find. So the guy was flying around on like a giant dildo,
Oh dear.
slinging death. Like he didn't have to do anything. He was just flying around, and that's dead. That's dead. That's dead. Ooh, end boss dead. The entire city of Whiterun dead. Like it didn't matter.
Actually, on the subject of random Skyrim mods, I believe there's a steampunk biomechanical fish companion.
What?
Yeah, I believe it has a monocle and possibly a top hat.
You know, that's the second best thing I've heard. The first best, without a doubt, would have to be the Macho Man Randy Savage. You haven't heard about this one?
No.
Okay, so essentially all the dragons are Macho Man Randy Savage, and whenever they fly in, like, once again, they've got like headbands and armbands and stuff,
Yeah.
they go, oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. It's pretty much the most
ridiculous
and terrifying thing, because it's still like the dragon skin, just like reskinned. So like it's just like the super long neck and weird arms. Like, it's just terrifying. It's hilarious.
Any game that opens up a mod community, I think, is awesome, because
Absolutely.
you get guys that dream big like that guy and make huge epic additions to the game.
Dean Hall.
Yeah. And then you get guys that make absolutely ridiculous shit.
My Little Pony Skyrim mod.
Exactly.
There is that. There is that.
Like, just like, why did you do this? I'm going to install it, but why did you do this?
For the lulls.
For the love.
That's actually reminds me when we were down at RTX, Afina spied this this poster. I don't know. Actually, sorry, not poster. It'd be what's the art thing? It's copy. What it doesn't matter.
I have no idea what you're talking
A thingy about this big, and it's like an ancient Japanese.
And for those listening, this big was about a meter.
3 feet.
3 feet, a yard.
In diagonal. Anyway, so it's ancient Japanese style, fighting guy on the back of the horse rushing through, sword up in the air, like black and white, except for this blue My Little Pony, like charging forward, and no smiles or anything, just like marching forward.
Deadly serious.
Yeah, it's great. We're gonna eventually
just
put it
one
in
of
our
those
nursery.
things. One of those
Did
things.
you get it?
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
bought
nice.
it.
I'll have to see that sometime.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, it's just one of those things. Even when guys they Photoshop AT-ATs into famous paintings and stuff, like
That's always bugged me. I know a lot of people refer to them as AT-ATs, but what the hell do you call an ATST?
atst. Just doesn't
We need
work
Lyndon
very
here.
well.
No.
Lyndon would be able to sort that out. He's a huge Star Wars nerd.
I'm a sizable Star Wars nerd. I spent most of my teen years reading Star Wars books.
Oh wow.
If you ever go in my room, I've just got a fucking wall of them.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not very much so,
Yeah, fair enough.
but that's okay.
Actually, back to the subject of mods, though. I was really pleased when Volition announced that Saints Row 4 is going to have full mod support.
Oh, really?
Oh, that won't even have full epic thing. It'll just be ridiculous and exceedingly ridiculous. And oh my god, how did you get this past censorship?
Oh my god, why is the dildo bat the most sane thing in this game?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. When
I can just imagine running around beating people to death with raccoons. Honestly.
Well, if you've watched any of the
gonna make 'em
gameplay of
mod.
Saints Row 4 already, that's
so
basically already there.
a dubstep gun.
Well, even just the glitches, the glitch gun.
Oh, yeah.
It turns people into just walking nightmares. Because if you've ever seen like a PC game glitch, or even like a scratched PlayStation game or something, sometimes the models will get all weirdly elongated and just stretchy, and things will like
Pixelate.
Yeah.
his arm will be through his face and underneath his ass and all kinds of things. But yeah, they've legitimately made a weapon that does that to people. It's the
That's fantastic.
scariest thing in the world to see.
Oh man, that's as far as like big name titles go. That's probably one of the most that I've been looking forward to.
Oh God, August is gonna be sick. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
It's already sick.
Probably the same thing you do every fall, twitch uncontrollably while staring at a computer screen.
Yeah, but
And then every winter, and then every every spring.
just August by itself
Oh, yeah.
has a dozen games that I want to play.
At least.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean,
I'm behind on your releases. I know Saints Row is coming out, and beyond that, I'm lost. I haven't looked too much into it the last little bit, so
fair enough.
Like, I was writing a list to put on my phone to talk about here, and I know I'm missing
Yeah.
at least
And these are
several
just
big
Steam
names.
games. These
Yeah.
are, I mean, I haven't even touched the console games. I mean, Pikmin 3 just came out, and while I don't have a Wii U, I've recently gained a first-hand opinion saying that I should probably go play it. We'll get back to that in a minute, though.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, like, I totally forgot that Saints Row was even coming out this month.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea. And yeah, like, there's that game, then there's something else that was coming out around the 20th too, and
The next XCOM game, the
Oh
Bureau
my God.
XCOM
Oh, yeah,
Declassified.
really?
Yeah, on the 19th.
I remember that seeing that. It looks more.
It's basically it's Mass Effect style combat. It's
Yeah, there's
third
just-
person
yeah.
squad command.
yeah, exactly, which slows down, and like everything goes into bullet
Yeah.
time as you're telling people where to go and what to do.
Yeah,
I want it so bad. I don't know if I have time.
I probably
for it,
want it. I'm gonna
wait for the reviews.
Yeah, that is definitely a game I want to wait for reviews for, because I mean, the XCOM Enemy Unknown was such a high bar. That game was so goddamn good.
Is it the same people making this Bureau?
No.
Sort of no.
Sort of. No. Gotcha.
As well, I mean, 2K's a huge company.
Yeah, it's not the same studio within 2K.
Oh.
It's like Macau.
I don't remember. I didn't actually write that down.
I can't
Macau
remember.
has its own.
Well,
Macau's huge. Dude.
Well, that's the way a lot of studios are broken down. I mean, there's Ubisoft Montreal.
Oh yeah, I know
Ubisoft.
that. But still, Macau. It's a little island off the coast of
in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's
I can't remember
essentially
if it's an island or not.
it's essentially Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's China's version of Vegas.
Yeah. What the hell was that called? The Bureau.
Yeah, the Bureau XCOM Declassified. I mean, on the smaller side, I mean, Papers, Please is coming out. Actually, by the time you see this or listen to this, it will be out. It's coming out in about 19 hours at this point.
Yep.
We're recording this on the
7th.
Yes, Wednesday the 7th.
Nobody here knows what's going on.
Marin.
Not a damn clue. And that's
Marin. Oh,
Yeah.
it's Australia.
okay.
There you go. It's Australia. And then tomorrow as well, Guacamelee comes out,
Yeah.
which I'm really excited for because I had no idea it was coming out for PC until
that one-
last week.
I saw the Vita version or the PS version. That looked good. It
looks real good.
it's been a good year for Metroidvania games.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that's definitely a few in that one's being good because I've heard hit or miss on the jokes themselves.
Yeah, well,
But I don't care. It just looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it controls really well, and I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Yeah.
And then Spelunky comes out tomorrow as well.
Spelunky, Jesus.
Or the new version of Spelunky, I guess.
I really liked what they did with it. Where have you played Spelunky before?
I haven't.
I don't think I have.
Do you know about it?
No.
Okay, well, basically, it's another roguelike. It's another dungeon crawler.
Okay.
Basically, well, you know about it?
I'm familiar with
Okay.
it. I'm not in the know.
Yeah.
But I've
neither
heard
am
really
I.
good things.
I've watched a lot of videos of it, but I'm not. I've never played it yet myself.
Okay. Well, I haven't even seen any videos on it.
Oh, okay.
But I do know that there was a PC version that came out a long time ago. Which,
Yeah, for free.
Yeah, free. And then there was a release that came out for the Xbox a few months ago.
Oh, more than that.
More than that?
Probably a year
No,
and change
really?
by now. I think so. Yeah,
That
it's been a while.
seems too long. But then so there's this new released version that's coming out, like I said, tomorrow. That will be, I assume, the new version, like the Xbox 360 version with a few more tweaks.
Yep. Well, I know one of the things they're doing is it's procedurally generated. Every time you die, you start over. Unlike, say, Rogue Legacy, there's no continuation.
So it's more of a true roguelike.
Yeah, it is not a roguelite.
Yes.
So when you die, that's
die.
it. You die. Nothing carries over.
Fair enough.
But and every time you go in, the maps are different. But one thing they did do for the Steam version or the PC version, I believe, not sure if it's available through. I know it's coming out in Steam. I don't know if it's available elsewhere on.
I assume Desura.
Probably.
There's a good
That's the
chance.
kind of thing that
Yeah.
But anyway, one thing they're doing is each day there will be a community global map. Everybody gets this map. Everybody gets the exact same map.
Oh, really?
And you get one chance to go and try it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So and there's leaderboards, and basically everybody has just one chance to go in, get as far as they can, and then they get ranked.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Yeah, I'm all up for that.
Yeah.
I would love to play
And
that.
I believe there's local co-op. I know there's,
No way.
I'm pretty sure there's co-op anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Actually, no. Actually, I think they included deathmatch or something. Sorry.
Really?
I'm almost positive there's actually a multiplayer competitive component as well as possibly co-op.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that we should probably get together.
Yes.
We should probably do a quick look. Let's play something.
At least a quick look.
Trial
run.
Sorry, Giant Bomb.
We love you.
How long many of these have we done now? You still haven't gotten the terminology down?
4 or 5, I don't know.
I would have gotten it right if you didn't say it just now.
My bad.
I'm blaming you. But yeah, we should do a trial run, maybe a let's play, depending on how it goes. We'll see.
There's a lot of games we should do a let's play of. I mean, just not enough goddamn hours in the week.
Well, and there's Guacamelee, as we discussed earlier. But
Well, and Papers, Please. That communist
dystopian,
not academic. What the hell's that word? Bureaucratic simulator.
bureaucratic thriller, if
Yes.
I remember correctly.
Oh, wow. Is that an oxymoron?
No kidding.
Yeah, Lucas Pope.
Yeah.
Not the same guy who did Cart Life, but it's in a very similar vein. I think
Oh,
Cart
it's-
Life was Richard Hoffmeyer.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I never played Cart Life.
I got it on the Steam sale.
I'm not gonna lie, it looked sort of depressing.
Oh, I think they both are.
Yeah.
I think they are both the kinds of games that are fun and
Yeah.
intriguing
Yeah.
and will be stimulating, but eventually you will reach a point where you realize that what you're doing is, in the case of Cart Life, what you're doing is basically
Feudal?
futile and just the most depressing example of a human existence possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting look into the life of somebody.
Just scraping by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Papers, Please is similar in that vein, in that you are basically destroying the lives of people
Yeah.
by refusing them entry into your country. I mean,
Well, or vice versa. You
Yeah.
accidentally let somebody in and
if they blow somebody up or
Yeah.
something.
Well, and then there's, if I remember,
Sorry, to back up, Papers, Please is it's a game in which you play a customs control officer. Basically, you are the guy who checks the visas.
Yeah.
And
so you have
at
to
the
check for
borders
frauds
of a Cold War era communist bloc country.
Yeah,
So,
with totally different names, but
communist state of Artsoksa?
sure, that's how you pronounce that.
Arstotzka?
Artoska? I don't know.
Arstotzka.
We don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah. And from what I understand from the screenshots that I've seen, it's like the condition of your family is a thing.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
you get money for each applicant you process.
Yeah.
And at the end of each working day, you have you've earned X number of money, but you need to pay for medicine, you need to pay for food, you need to pay for the heat of your lodgings, and eventually, you just don't have enough to go around.
Yeah.
And you have to make some really, really soul-crushing decisions, like, do I buy medicine for little Jimmy and then let Grandpa die because I can't heat the house, or do I heat the house and maybe little Jimmy's not going to live to see the summer?
Yeah,
Do you have the option of selling people's kidneys?
I don't think you do.
Yeah, so
I can't play this
game. Yeah, I think I might cry if I play it.
I'm gonna play it. I think we should at least do a trial run of it.
Yeah, we should.
It's
It's
gonna be interesting.
just a 20-minute video of us going,
Jesus.
God.
Everything.
Why did you do that?
you're a terrible person. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go home and cuddle with my kitty and my wife and just
Stare at the ceiling and think about life.
why are we here? Why are we in this box canyon?
But yeah, I know Space Hulk's coming out to get to a slightly happier place.
I have heard a lot about that game, but I still have no idea what it is. I know it's based off a board game.
Are you familiar with 40K? Warhammer 40K?
Enough.
Yeah.
Okay, well, basically, it's the original Space Hulk board game was, as I understand it, you were basically in control of a squad of Terminators, which are basically the
Big dudes.
big dudes, heavy armor. They are the
Atlas armor, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they are the badass
Yeah.
Not
space
the mech
marines.
things, though. No.
No, those are
Okay.
dreadnoughts.
Those are okay.
Yeah, those are the sarcophagus, the mobile battle tank sarcophagus of fallen space marines.
So you know way more about this than I do.
I've read a lot of the books.
And I'm just staring vacantly, going, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, basically, in it, you were controlling this squad as it navigated the derelict hulk of.
Like a cruiser or something.
Well, not necessarily. Basically, in 40K, there's a thing called the warp, and in it,
I know about
a
that.
lot of it's a weird nether realm in which a lot of demons exist, and every now and it's also the method of faster than light travel, basically. So
Okay.
they navigate that to get to distant places in the universe.
Right.
Except it's also hella dangerous, and ships get lost in there on a semi-regular basis. And every now and then, they will just collide and conglomerate, and just asteroids and ships and cruisers and destroyers and alien vessels and all kinds of shit will just get mashed together.
Okay.
And they call these space hulks, and they often become the home to rather hostile alien species.
Okay.
And in the board game, and as well as I believe this video game, you are in control of a squad of Terminators as you try to navigate said Space Hulk.
Interesting.
Or a Space Hulk.
Right.
Trying to find some relic, I believe. I haven't quite realized what the point of the game is yet, but I believe that's it.
And-
It's an excuse to basically... It's turn-based squad tactical combat. So,
I'm in.
Except with chainsaw swords.
yeah.
I'm in.
And, heavy bolters and rocket launchers and
That's not nearly
flamethrowers.
as awesome as a chainsaw sword.
How about electrified sledgehammers?
Those are kind of cool.
So
Okay.
here's a question. A chainsaw sword, how is that different from a chainsaw?
You can
It's-
wield it with one hand.
yeah, you don't go. "Meh," you go. It's great.
They typically aren't double-sided, I guess.
So is a chainsaw?
Well, no, the chainsaw it's one blade that circles around. Basically, most chainsaw swords are depicted as being shielded along the backside.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So it'd be like, nah. That kind
you could do so, yes.
Oh, okay.
If you so pleased.
Push it away from yourself. That was the
Yeah.
motion I was doing for those of you playing at home.
Yeah, that's, I think, $30 coming out on the 15th.
Okay.
I'm going to be picking that up. God, I'm going to be spending so much money this month.
Yeah.
I've gone through a fifth of the game now, a 15th. No, actually that's smaller because math. I've gone through about 25% of the games I've bought.
Quarter?
Yeah, I've gone through about 25 of the game. Jesus,
25%
of the games I bought
games.
on the Steam sale.
Oh, wow.
That's actually rather impressive.
Well, to some degree or another, I've at least
You
booted
bought like 60 games.
49. 49 games.
About 49 games. You bought 49 games, so that's a number.
At least booted them up to get a feel for the game, see whether or not I wanted to continue and maybe do a review or whatever of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games in there that I don't think are probably worth reviewing because I don't... Okay, if it wasn't obvious to the folks at home, we're doing this out of pocket, so anything we buy, we buy. Anything we play, we buy.
And typically anything that we play, we like.
Yeah, so if we're going to actually if we're going to take the time and effort it takes to go, spend 15 or 18 hours a week playing a game so we can, put some content out on it, I'd rather it be on something I enjoy.
Yeah, and I like positive reviews. Positive reviews are a lot more fun. I don't like digging into people for anything. There
is a place for it because, quite frankly, positive reviews by themselves are... There needs to be the spectrum because...
Well, we'll do that one later.
The point of reviews has to be to give justification for spending money, whether or not it's worth buying the game.
Yes.
And sometimes you need to cover bad games if you're going to do that because otherwise, how do you know?
That's true. You need a metric.
But we aren't really in a position to do that yet.
No,
because
we're not. We're not broke, but we're not really rolling in it either.
Well, we are... At the moment, this is a work of love. I mean, we are doing this because we want to, not because we're getting paid to.
No, of course not.
If we're going to be doing this because we want to, I'd just as soon do it on games I want to play.
Speaking of which, I want to play King Arthur's Gold.
You posted that. I have not looked into it at all.
I didn't really know anything about it until it came up on Rock, Paper, Shotgun the other day. And, wow, it looks like a competitive version of Terraria.
Really?
With physics.
Oh.
So like if you knock down like catapults and stuff, so if you knock down the bottom layer of a building, the rest of it comes toppling down and there's
that sounds like so much better griefing than flooding somebody's house.
And don't get me wrong, flooding someone's house is a great idea. And you can do it in this one too. You can also flood someone's house. So there's so many different good options, and there's like ships that you can fight against where, like have people on the ships, and certain people are rowing, some people are manning the guns, and like they can destroy the guns, they can sink the ship. There's
Really?
Yeah. I watched a few videos on it.
I have not heard anything about this game.
It's $10 right now, and it looks extremely awesome. It's in beta.
Where is it off? A website, off Steam?
Off their own.
Off just their own stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume it's going through the Humble store.
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at it.
On the same, there's actually another Patrick Klepek from Giant Bomb did a video yesterday on a game called Reign of Ruin. Yeah. It's another you know what, we should link to it. I don't have time to go into it right now, but it's worth looking into. Actually, you should go watch that yourself. It looks really good.
I'll write that down right now.
Yeah. But we are rapidly approaching an hour here, and there's still a few things we need to cover, so...
Yep.
Well, to get slightly off topic of games, as you might have noticed, folks at home, ADP thus far has, Thompson and I have been at the helm of things. Brennan has been...
I'm here.
Yeah, yes. He's been a faithful companion to us the whole way through thus far, mostly by lifting things.
Yeah, and doing stuff.
Being a talking head.
And then, there's Lyndon doing the technical aspect. You got John doing filming.
Yeah.
Quinn's going to be doing Let's Plays eventually.
When he gets back from Edmonton.
We've... I want to make sure I'm not leaving anybody else.
That's everybody, is it?
I think so.
I mean, there's this wonderful people at St. Sola making our new website.
And it's so good looking. Yeah. It's way better than our current one, so...
We're not particularly good web designers.
Yeah, so if you're waiting for something to actually look good, it's going to happen soon.
Another couple weeks.
There's the shout out to your mom and Walter and Dean for using
Oh
his
shit,
land
Dean!
too,
If you won't have seen it yet, but we just this past weekend we went out and filmed a couple more Indie Squared reviews.
Yeah, and they're funny as hell.
Hella good. And Dean, one of our friends, has a nice couple acres of land outside of Saskatoon that he let us film on, and do some terrible stuff to some of his property, like light it on fire.
Lots of fire. Yeah, it was a good time.
So yeah, shout out to you, Dean. Shout out to John for filming all this crap for us. Mm-hmm. But to get slightly back on topic,
yes.
The reason we are listing all these people is that while Thompson and I have been, we are the faces of ADP. We are stretched to the limit. Let's say we are.
Yeah.
This is as much as we can comfortably do.
Yeah, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
A little write-up on Monday, a proper review on Wednesday, and then one of our videos, be it this podcast, for example, or the Indie Squared Review, Trial Run, etc., etc.
Yeah. And likewise, the things we've covered thus far have been games. We've not really delved too far, aside from one article I did last week. We've not gone too far into, the greater gaming community topics, like the Phil Fish thing. That was incredible news of recent days, but we didn't cover it at all because we don't have time.
No, we don't.
There's other topics like. Let's be honest here, folks. There's been some pretty harsh gender equality issues of late. I mean, they've existed since the dawn of gaming kind, but it's been worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially lately.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing that should be talked about, that we think we should talk about, but
once again, we don't really have the time.
Well, the time, or in some cases, we're not really in a
place to do so.
Yeah, it sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but for all intents and purposes, we're white, straight, male gamers.
Well, you're whitish.
I'm half Chinese. I'm the closest thing to an ethnic minority we have. I'm also most sexually ambiguous, I guess. I don't know how much farther we're going to go in this. But basically, what I'm trying to get at here is that
we have a new member.
We are bringing in a new member,
which we are very excited about.
Yes, if you follow us, there's a pretty good chance you follow her. But Maya Kramer of Twitter, basically, of the Butt House. She's a wonderful butt house. You'd think there'd be an umlaut in there. Anyway,
there should be.
Yeah, she's a wonderful lady from Victoria that we've come to know. Predominantly, we followed her on her. We've been subject to many butt-related things.
As we should be.
Yeah, no, it's been a weird development. Anyway,
but a very awesome development.
Oh, hella awesome! And she has been kind enough to, accept our offer to come write for us. There's still details that we're working out. She is a lady of great many talents, and as such, she only has so much free time.
Yes.
But she's been willing to donate some of that to us. She's going to be doing some... She just recently played Pikmin with Mr. Matt Thorsten of Towerfall fame.
Yep.
She's kind enough to do a little write-up of that for us. She's going to PAX.
Yep.
She's actually working with Twisted Pixel?
Twisted
Pixel. She's helping out with their booth. And likewise, I think she's probably going to do a little bit of work on the side for us there. I for instance, on the subject of things we have, it's hard for us to approach as a topic, booth babes.
Yeah.
And the fact that they aren't particularly healthy for gaming culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's... there's talks of her doing a good article on that because she's got some really good things to say about it. She's got some really good things to say about a lot of things, I think.
I absolutely agree, and I can't wait to see what she has in store.
Yeah, definitely. So look for that in the future. Maya, if you're listening to this, hi, thanks.
Hi, love you.
I'm relatively fond of your existence.
Relatively fond is absolutely phenomenal
that's
coming
really
from
good.
him.
Yeah.
I'm at relatively fond, and I've known him for a while.
Yeah. So, yeah. With that bombshell, I think we're by the time we wrap up, we'll just be at 60 minutes. I think that's a great place to end this. Cool. As always, you can find us on Twitter at...
I'm now at ADP_Thompson, which is much better than my previous handle.
That's numerical 8. Yeah. Numerical 0.
80 as in the number, P as in the P, _Thompson.
As in the T, the H, the O.
And yourself, while not particularly active on Twitter, at least exist.
No, I'm really not, but I do exist and occasionally get tagged by you or Thompson and things, but I'm at B_Cattell. CATTELL.
Yeah. And I am at Tycho250 on Jesus, let's see if I can enunciate that slightly better.
English is a language.
TYCHO2501.
You should change it.
Fuck that. This is my handle.
Okay.
This is the handle I've used for a great many years.
I didn't use Arios, just saying.
Yeah, but
Ooh, fighting words.
you also haven't carried Arios over across, your Steam profile, your fucking every game you've played.
Yeah, I did.
A lot of them. I'll admit you've used it in a lot of them.
Pretty much everything you play is Arios.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Beyond the point.
We'd love it if you came chatted with us. We're always looking for comments, concerns, questions, bullshit. Bullshit with us.
Bullshit is good.
I'm a big fan of bullshit.
Hell, cat gifs. Thompson's a big fan of cat gifs.
I love cats.
Or
Seriously.
gifs.
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 GIF.
Thank you. And likewise, you can find all our stuff at adp.co. As Thompson's Twitter handle goes, it is numerical8 and numerical0p.co. We're getting that changed, folks. Don't worry.
We're not in Colombia.
We'll still keep it, but we'll also have a better one.
Yeah.
You'll see
with,
things
with
are getting better.
the introduction of our new site, will come a great many changes.
All for the better.
All for the better.
So, soon.
Soon. Next, before the leaves fall, I think, as I put it.
In Canada?
Well, okay.
Yeah, that could be tomorrow, dude.
Touche. Yeah, we could have 3 foot of snow on the ground by the weekend.
No kidding. All right.
Well, thanks again, folks. This has been Face to Face Gaming, podcast number 3. Signing off.
Cool. Take care, guys.
See you guys.